Hey vegan hearts! I want to talk today about natural hair care, and I started looking for the alternative to regular shampoo and all the other stuffs because I had problems with my hair. That was before I went vegan and I discovered the curly girl method. So my problems, why I was looking for solutions for my hair problems, the problems were I had an itchy spot on my scalp. So the skin was just a little spot here, was itching and flaky. And that was bothering me a lot, and no treatment would help. And I was suffering from hair loss. So I started realizing that my hair was thinning, and I was sort of in denial. I didn't want to see it because I didn't want to go to the doctor and take some pills or whatever they would recommend. Every time I would brush my hair, the brush was full, and I was just sort of trying not to see it. But eventually it got so bad that when I was touching my head and playing with my hair, I could no longer not see it. So it was obvious that I had a problem. And also my hair was always dry because I have like wavy curly hair, and I was washing this with regular shampoos, which now I know that they're drying your hair out. And I had always to use conditioners, so my hair would look decent, and when I would just have my hair plain, it would like feel horrific. And my hair was always in a weird color because you have to dry your hair, and the dry my hair was, and the worse the state was, it was just a weird color, like a reddish brown, and it was like a poofy cloud. Very fluffy and puffy hair, just poofy, and it didn't feel good. It's not about how it looked like, it's more about how it felt. So it felt weird, it felt also scary, because when you feel your hair skinning or falling out, it's not fun. So first I started looking I thought I had to use other products, and I started searching on the internet, and I found the curly girl method. Well, if you don't know what that exactly is just Google it. I don't want to talk about it in detail. I just want to say that I did that before I went vegan. So while I was still experimenting with the curly girl method, trying to find conditioners and testing how to use them and stuff like that, I went vegan, and then something happened. So the conditioner washing was first, the itchy spot vanished. My hair started feeling better after a couple of weeks. My hair started feeling better, and I started understanding why the curly girl method might work for some people. But it was never optimal for me because I have extremely fine hair, and all this layering of products was just not for me. And when I went vegan, my hair was again changing. So my scalp started itching again, and I understood now that this itching was a sign. And it was talking to me, telling me, okay, the chemicals of the conditioner now is too much. And after that, I started looking for natural hair care. And I tried a lot of things. And there's a lot of things. There's people who wash their hair with baking soda. There are people out there who wash their hair with flowers. There are people out there who wash their hair with teas. There are some clays you can use, bentonite clay, or how it's called, healing earth. You can use a lot of things, and there are a lot of recipes and blogs about natural hair care. The products you find in the drugstores, which are promoted as being natural, are actually not natural. So when I talk about natural hair care, I mean do-it-yourself products, which only contain like ingredients which you theoretically could eat. And I would have spared a lot of trouble when I have known, when I first started, that you have to do a sour rinse after you used whatever you used. I ended up being quite comfortable with using soap nuts. And soap nuts they're an Indian product, and you can make a very mild soapy liquid from it and then distribute it. But please, careful. I started mixing it up with a syrup because one time I was washing my hair and it was like this liquid, this soap nut liquid was running in my eyes, and it was just the hell. I was like crying. I thought I would die because it was like somebody would like set my eyes on fire. My eyeballs were burning like crazy. So the downside of do-it-yourself hair care is always it's experimenting. Sometimes it hurts, and sometimes you just make mistakes you don't know. So there is something that happens when the minerals in the water of your tap water and soap, there is some sort of chemical reaction, and that leaves a residue, or that left a residue on my head after a couple of weeks. And it got worse and worse and worse until I couldn't ignore it anymore. I looked like I had like snow on my head or something. First I thought it was, again, a problem, but I realized that wasn't. So I was like looking for a solution, and the solution was a sour rinse. So that would have spared me a lot of time. And long story short, what I do today when I say I have natural hair care is, so on that foundation of my high carb, low fat, vegan diet, that is my foundation. I wash my hair with water, just plain water. So I have it really warm, and I rub it, and do this for a couple of minutes. When it's just a regular wash, I brush my hair in between this water washes, and I have two brushes. I have brushes to remove loose hair, and I have a brush to spread the natural fats of my hair, which is called sebum. I brush, and when I feel like it's necessary, when it's too much fat that I cannot distribute anymore, and which I cannot remove with just a water wash, then I would do a soap nuts. I would use soap nuts and a rinse, a sour rinse. And I do this like very big, I don't know, like maybe once every 6 weeks or 2 months or something. So and I use a very mild liquid. It's not like very strong, because I don't want to strip it. I only wash my scalp and the top of the hair. I don't wash the ends. It's not necessary. When I wash the ends, even with a mild, with mild water, soap nuts water, they're always dry, too dry. Yeah, and my hair is getting thicker and thicker every year. I can see it here on the sides. When I first started with Curly Girl, when I was making ponytail, the scalp was shining through, that was see-through, and now it's like very thick. I feel it when I handle my hair, when I touch it, when I make braids or ponytails, I can feel my hair is thicker. And it's growing so fast. It's amazing. I use still the Curly Girl techniques, how to get the cold definition, because my cold definition is very weak. Twirling and the squishing stuff, I use that. to get curl definition, and yeah, it's great. And I learned to make buns and breads, and sometimes the waves out of the styles also look pretty when you want to wear your hair down. So what I want to say to finish this video up is, when you have a problem with your hair and you go on a vegan diet, your hormone levels will normalize. And I'm talking, when I say vegan diet, I mean high carb, low fat vegan. Your hormones will, recover or regenerate, get normalized. Your circulation, if you're well hydrated, if you exercise, if you add a small amount of daily exercise every day, when you move your body around, your circulation, your blood, your all your things in your body will get moving. And when your blood is not clogged up with fat, it can enter, because it's like water. If you don't eat fat, then your blood is like flowing everywhere, and the hairs are connected to your system with very tiny veins or arteries. And when your blood is like thick because you eat fat, so on that foundation, and when you cut out your chemical hairs, for me it worked wonders, and I love my hair now. Okay, so I made this video because I have a request, and I wanted to ask you, please go vegan. Veganize it. Veganize your mind, veganize your heart, veganize your life. Bye.